poverty is a form of pride. And whenever I used to hear the word poor, someone would say I was poor, I would get so offended and take it so personal, because I would directly link it to money, because I was in the absence of money and I wanted money. Now, whenever someone uses the word poor, you need to understand what it actually means. It means being in the absence of something that you want. Now, there's a reason why you don't have it. And these are the 5 reasons why you don't have it. And the moment you learn to apply these in your own favor, that's when your life will start to change. Now, I've been very gifted with one thing, a thing that anyone can have. It's called being and having the ability to learn. It's the same situation, different behavior. But most people keep on doing the same thing, expecting a different outcome and feeling sorry for themselves for not seeing the work that they haven't put in. That's being delusional. Now, that was my biggest problem. This goes into number 1, thinking you're too good for a small start. Now, in this case, I wanted to be a content creator, do what I'm doing today, but I had so much ego. I didn't want to accept that my first video that I posted had no views, that no one was clapping for me. Before anyone can clap for you, you need to be clapping for yourself to prove that that's actually what you want. Everyone is so focused on building the tallest skyscraper, but you need to understand, before you start building up, you need to start digging down. You need to accept that you're going to be bad. You've never done it before, but the thing is, your ego doesn't want to accept it. You think you're better than what you actually are. That's why all the mistakes that you are going to make, that you have to make, is going to give you the ability to learn from it, to become the person. It was never about the outcome. It's about becoming the person that can create the outcome that you want. Now, let me give you an example. If you want to grow a personal brand or whatever it is that you want to build, you need to understand that you have to put reps in. The reason you don't have it is because you haven't put the reps in. Now, imagine. That's why I always say, to be successful, you need to learn a skill. Now, in this case, it was personal brand and content creation. If I gave you my account with 600,000 plus followers, getting over 15 million monthly views, making a full-time income of it, that's what you want, right? But you want to skip the steps. Fine, I'll give you my account. Now you're having 15 million views a month. Now you have 600,000 followers. Now you're making money of it. But the question is, now how do I sustain it? How did I make it happen? You don't know, because you skipped the steps. That's why the very journey that you're trying to avoid is the very thing that you need. That goes into the second thing, being a victim to your circumstance, blaming the finger at everyone and everything. How does that benefit you? Oh, that person had it easier because he doesn't have to. Well, that person has it easier because of that. Okay, and you want the outcome, right? You have 2 options. You either have increased sacrifice or decreased desire. You don't need to have the outcome. You don't need to do anything. You can stay in that same place. But you want it, right? That's why the moment you blame it on yourself, you start to have power. You start to find a way that it will work for you. Is it going to be hard? Yes. Everything that I'm telling you is not meant to break your soul. It's meant to make you. Because it's going to be hard to make those changes. That's why you feel uncomfortable. That's why you react to it. Now follow it. Where is it taking you? It's taking you to the solution, the one that you're trying to avoid. But once you overcome that hardship, guess what you get? You get change. That gives you satisfaction. Or you accept or you accept the pain of staying in the same place. And I don't ever want to wake up at the age of 50 realizing, I wonder what I could have been. I want to squeeze everything out of this life, because time is the only asset that you keep on spending, that you don't know how much time of it you have left. That's why I don't ever want to live a life of regret. I don't ever want to live an average life, living like everyone else, making all of these excuses, wanting a guarantee. Oh, if I do this, I want this to be the outcome. There is no guarantee. The only guarantee is that one day we are going to die. That's why everyone's so afraid, because they don't believe in themselves. You lack confidence, which is why you like to play the humble card, which goes into the next thing. Oh, I don't care about money. Oh, rich people are greedy. Why are you saying that? I was afraid of being ambitious, because that meant that I had to go out there and try. And if I didn't get the results that I wanted, it exposed my lack of ability. If wealth is bad, that means I don't have to chase it. But if someone gave it to you, would you accept it? The answer is yes, so it isn't bad. It's that you're too lazy to go out and get it. You're just trying to cover your laziness, your lack of ambition, your lack of discipline. But that is a choice. You being lazy is being in the absence of someone who is disciplined. That is a choice. Now, everything that you want is on the other side of fear. Worst case scenarios, you want to guarantee. What if this happens? What if that happens? Success is the cost. Embarrassment is the cost of success. Everything that you want is on the other side of it. Just look back at everything that you managed to achieve. It's been on the other side of something uncomfortable. The way you speak today is because you made a mistake speaking. The reason you walk today is because as a baby you started crawling, walking, falling, then you ended up walking. The thing now is you're trying to run before you can crawl and walk. You're trying to skip steps because your ego doesn't want to accept that you're not as good as you think you are. That's why the problem isn't you being humble. The problem is that you are trying to protect your ego. You don't want to accept that you're bad. The quicker you realize this, the quicker your life will start to progress. Start being bad. Start making more mistakes. Start being more embarrassed, because that's when your life will start to change. That leads into the next one. Living a life without a system. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Everyone gets this spike of motivation. Oh, I'm going to do this. Tomorrow, New Year's Eve, I'm going to go to the gym. This is my year. 2025, how has that gone? 2024, 2023, the last 10 years, how's that gone? You say you believe in yourself, right? But the moment it's time to take action, you create all of these excuses because you care about how you feel. You think you care about yourself. Oh no, but I need to take more rest. Oh, I need to do this. Oh, I need to do that. You want the goal, right? The thing is, you are just trying to make yourself feel better, thinking that you are choosing you. You're not choosing you. That's why you keep on thinking from who you are now instead of thinking of who you can be. You don't even know who you want to be. Once you start thinking from who you want to be, looking back, then you realize that everything will start to make sense. That's why I say I don't care about your feelings. Because when has that ever benefited you? When has listening to your feelings ever benefited you? It hasn't. I'm not saying disregard how you feel. That makes part of your human nature. But you have a goal, and that's why you have to be someone who's consistent and disciplined, making sure you follow through with who you want to be, not how you feel. Because your feelings, they fluctuate. At one moment you're happy, the next moment you're sad. You're expending all of this energy going everywhere. It's like driving a car. You're putting all of this petrol, driving in circles. There'll get to a time where you're just fed up of spending all of this money on petrol, driving around in circles, spending all of this time. You need a direction. You need focus. That's why you need a system. That's why you need a plan. That's why you need to follow through with it no matter what. That's why you can't break your word, because every single time that I feel like doing that, I don't feel like doing it, you break a word, you disrespect yourself, and guess what ends up happening? You doubt yourself. You become someone who's insecure. And let me tell you something. This world is cruel to people who are not confident, because then people end up using you. Why? Because you don't believe in yourself. You don't know if you can do something, because you don't even know if you can do the small things. Follow through, and that will make you someone indestructible. That will make you someone unbreakable. The next one is believing you deserve without doing. I was 25 years old, and I remember this crystal clear, sitting down in the single bed at my mother's house, and it had a little bite on the corner of this bed because the dog I had at the time bit that bed. And I thought to myself, I have no career path. I didn't go to university. What the hell am I doing with my life? Because deep down, I was always an ambitious person. My biggest fear was being average, living like everyone else. Realizing that I know I'm smart, I know I have all of these abilities, I have this dream. Some people are okay with working a 9-to-5 job. Some people are okay being a lorry driver, but not me. And that's what it's gonna look like. Because I felt so entitled to, oh, I know I'm going to be great. That time was catching up. I was 25 years old with nothing to show for it. Then I asked myself, all right, what was I thinking that I wanted? But what was I actually doing? Nothing. Most of the time you are complaining about not seeing the results for the work that you haven't put in, because you feel like, oh, my time will come, all in God's plan. I haven't been noticed yet. It makes you feel good in the moment. That's just an excuse to not put the work. Because every time you feel overwhelmed, which is trying to tell you, these overwhelms are notifications. You need to do something. Oh no, in God's time, God wants you to have everything. But you don't want to have everything. You're not doing anything to go towards it. God will be steering. You need to be driving. How do you expect to become someone great when you keep on doing average? How do you expect there to be change if you are not changing? There is no one else to blame but yourself. And the question is, maybe you're not broke from lack, but you're just refusing to see reality because you think you know more. Drop your ego and start making the changes and live a life of abundance, because everything is a choice. Stop focusing on the outcomes. Stop focusing on the inputs. You control this. Everything is a choice. You are not condemned to be where you are now, where you don't want to be. Doesn't matter what you didn't do, what you could have done. The past, you cannot change. The situation where you grow up, the environment, that you cannot change. but it is your responsibility and your choice what you choose to do from here on forward. Everyone's journey is going to be different. Yours might be slightly harder. You can either show everyone who's in your situation right now how it's like to push through that circumstance and show them how it's done, or stay there and realize that you amounted to nothing because you chose to be a victim. Now, if you like this video, this is something that was very personal to me because I was that person living your situation now. That's why I speak with so much passion. Put down in the comment section what was your biggest takeaway if you liked this video. Now, with that being said, if you haven't already, like and subscribe. It does mean a lot. Share it with someone that might need it. Now, if you want me to help you become your best version, help you become the person that you know you can be to achieve everything that you want, remember, there are phases. Before you can achieve anything great externally, you have to be the person that can create it. Oh, I don't know how to make money. No, you're not the person able to make money. Oh, I'm not in great shape, because you're not the person capable of being in shape. The question wasn't the how, it was always the who, the you. Love you guys. That's Chinois out. Let's get it.